Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Red. This is West Blue Reviews, and today we talking about Him, directed by Justin Tipping and stars Marlon Wayans and Tariq Withers. The movie was produced by Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions, and Blown Away is putting it slightly. I didn't know what to expect walking in, but walking out was not the same. I saw it with my brother, who's played football on every single level except a few. I even played a little bit of Pee Wee myself. Our father was a competitor. He's been a coach. He was also in the military as a staff sergeant. So I know what it's like growing up trying to be as good as someone sees you to be. Like, I understand the pressure that Tariq's character Cam was under from his dad, constantly pushing him to be at a certain level at all times. It was definitely like one of those mirror movies where it's like you're watching your life on screen to a certain degree, for sure. I think anybody who's grew up sports will appreciate this one for the insight they're trying to give throughout, along with the symbolism. Just off the bat, there's a moment at the beginning of the movie that left me really uneasy for like the first 10 to 15 minutes or so, up until the point they played Gucci Mane. They played Lemonade by Gucci Mane. I think it came in perfectly, like the way they revealed it, because he had, trying not to get into too many spoilers, but he's starting his recruitment process, his onboarding. It's day one, and they use Lemonade by Gucci Mane to establish the tone, and I think it worked pretty good. That brought me back. You know what I'm saying? That took that uneasy feeling away. I've only had that happen. This is the second time that's happened. The first time was the same theater, except the movie was Evil Dead. And I can't explain it. It was just like this really, I wouldn't say a spiritual feeling, but it's just like a real bad gut feeling. For Evil Dead, I walked out, but for this one, I was gonna come dolo, but my brother suggested it. Out of all people, I wasn't expecting it. So I'm there for him. I didn't want to just walk out on him for something that I can't tell him why. So I stuck around, and luckily Gucci, he brought me back. So shout out to them for the music choice. And speaking of music, I really like their selections in this one, especially the Shook Ones pick, mainly because that's one of my father's favorite songs. So to me, that was like another personal connection the movie had with me, another one of those mirror moments. So that was a real nice touch to me too. It helped ease my little bit of tension the movie was giving me for some reason. Can't really explain it, but it helped. And yeah, the movie focuses a lot on the sacrifices someone would have to make when they're expected to perform at such a high level, like being in the NFL and being the new young guy that's having to replace the star of the franchise. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that, and we see that from Cam's point of view, from Tariq's point of view. I think he, as far as I know, I've never been a high level recruit, but from what I know, it can be just like they put in the movie. I don't know the most, but I know they got a few things right. Along that journey, he meets his football idol, Isaiah White, played by Marlon Wayans, who was phenomenal from the moment he's introduced on screen. And from there, he finds out what you have to do to be considered one of the GOATs might really not be worth it at the end of the day. He's put through some really, really, really tough conditioning with a twist of horror and suspense. Basically to test him, so these owners, these team owners, these head people, these people around him know that he's the right guy. He's put through all of this, so they know they're making the right choice. They're making the right investment, making sure the time they've put into him is worth it, pretty much. It gets crazy in there. It got pretty crazy. I won't get into spoilers of the type of conditioning, but because I feel like the movie made me sign an NDA and not sign and say anything, or else they gonna try to get me the same way. But it's pretty tough with a lot of suspense. The movie's also filled with symbolism from start to finish, top to bottom. And I think the symbolism may have been what got me in the beginning. Maybe it was just symbolism overload that got to me. I think Tariq and Marlon were great together, whether they were on screen together or not. I feel like they were great. I feel like anytime Tariq was by himself, it never felt like Marlon was too far. Like, that's how good he was in this. I felt like his character was always, if not a couple feet, and he was always around the corner. Like, he always knew, like he was always watching. I don't think that was the case, but that's just how good he played it in this one. Marlon also felt like someone who's been on the field before. And I love how they let him talk his shit like someone like us would. Like, for example, Marshawn Lynch. It just felt like he was himself, and that was the only way he knew how to be. And I appreciate that, because it didn't feel like he was forcing the character out for the sake of the plot. It didn't feel like he was faking. It felt like Marlon was this guy, which is all you can really ask for, honestly. He was some shit damn near unrecognizable at certain moments, the way he was getting down in this one. Which, like I said, which is all you can ask for, especially for Marlon, man. He did great. In the end, there's a nod to something supernatural being involved with the higher ups and the owners, but I don't think the director wanted to spend too much time on that, which I appreciate on a narrative level, because I think it's more scarier knowing that regular human beings are capable of this level of evil and greed, and like, because we can see them. You can put a face on it, you can put a name on it, and I like how they did that, opposed to putting the blame on all of this evil on something we can't see once we leave. Because once we walk out the theater, we can put a face to it, like, oh nah, it's you, it's that guy, they were talking about him, that kind of thing. And yeah, I liked it. I got a little bit of Get Out mixed with Sinners at the end, which I appreciated too. Two of my favorite movies, especially from Jordan and Ryan. Great. And I just can't wait to check it out a second time to see all the symbolism I missed, because I know there's a ton. I highly recommend seeing this one in theaters while you can, on the biggest screen possible. And yeah, man, there's not really much I can say without getting into spoilers. I didn't really want to get into that. I'd rather people go in as blind as possible and come out with their own experience like I did. Yeah, just to wrap it up, characters were great, story was cool. I like the visuals that they use at certain points. It reminded me of Mortal Kombat, the way they use x-rays and moving along with the violence. The violence, crazy. And yeah, just a good team effort. Definitely need more originals like this, original horror movies like this. I'm not a big horror guy, but you got Monkey Paw involved, you got Marlon involved, I'm there. So yeah, definitely want to see more. Maybe even like a set universe for this particular world they got going on. I honestly wouldn't mind that. I really don't throw cinematic universes out there for every movie, but I feel like they can really establish something crazy with this one, but who knows. But yeah, him is out in theaters right now. Go check it out. If you already saw it, let me know how you feel in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.